Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Update to a story we first brought to you on Valley News Live. The NDSU student who had her car stolen earlier this month now has it back. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. This vehicle here was stolen on the weekend before Labor Day. The student who owned the car also had more than $900 worth of college materials inside. When the car was recovered this past Wednesday, all her stuff was gone. However, the vehicle was filled with other stolen items. Police say they found the Ford Fusion abandoned in North Fargo with the trunk open. The suspect in this case is described as a young white man. Now, taking a live look outside, it's turning up to be a pretty decent fall day out there. Maybe a nice day for chili for lunch. Let's check in with Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green for what we can expect for the rest of our day.
Yeah, it is a little cool still, even though it's brightening up outside. We're looking at lots of sunshine out there as we saw in our sky cam, and that's what's helping us to warm up at all today. We've got that northerly breeze, so that's not helping us. We're really relying on that sun. Fortunately, we have plenty of it. We've got some 50s to some low 60s right now, 63 degrees in Fargo, 60 in Grand Forks. It's 64 in Fergus Falls and other places, still in the 50s, but working our way up. A little wind out of the north, a couple of gusts to 20. We've got a 21-mile-per-hour gust in Fargo and Cooperstown at 20 miles per hour too. And checking out your radar, you could see that the rain and the thunder that was hitting parts of the southern Minnesota area earlier is moving on, and the clouds with it also moving out of the area with some quieter weather for us here throughout the valley. There's still a couple of clouds hanging around, but mostly we'll enjoy a mostly sunny day, a high of 67 degrees and quieter weather tonight. Late tonight and into early tomorrow, we'll start to see some clouds roll in, and that will hopefully help to stop that temperature drop like we had last night. So we'll talk more about that and our next chance for some rain too coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Jury selection is underway in the Savannah Graywin murder trial. Our reporter in the courtroom tells us 3 potential jurors have been eliminated from the pool of 48. William Hain is charged with conspiracy to commit murder. He pleaded guilty earlier this month to kidnapping and providing false information to law enforcement, but says that he did not plan the murder. Hain's former girlfriend, Brooke Cruz, is serving life in prison without parole for cutting Graywin's baby from her womb. She is expected to testify in this trial against Hain. Graywin's baby was found healthy at the home of Cruz and Hain and is now in custody of her father. Savannah's body was found in the Red River a week later. The Minnesota State Health Department is warning travelers to make sure they're up to date on their vaccinations after a 3rd confirmed case of measles in less than 6 weeks. The Minnesota Department of Health said there are outbreaks in parts of the world, and anyone who travels to those places, which include parts of Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America, face a higher risk of getting the disease. Late last week, the health department says they confirmed a case of measles in a 2-year-old child who had came back from a trip to the Middle East. The child from Ramsey County was likely infectious between September 6th and the 14th. The local public health workers have been notifying people who have been exposed at specific places there. In our consumer alert this afternoon, General Motors is recalling about 41,000 pickup trucks and police sports utility vehicles because of loose brake pedals. The recall covers 2015 through 2016 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra 2500 and 3500 pickup trucks, Chevy Silverado 1500 special service pickup trucks, and some Chevy Tahoe sport utility vehicles made for police departments and other government agencies. GM says the brake pedal pivot nut may loosen, making it hard or impossible to stop the vehicle. The company says it will fix this problem free of charge. President Trump's pick for the Supreme Court now faces a public showdown with the woman who says he sexually assaulted her. Casey Hunt reports from Washington.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Christine Blasey Ford set to face each other and the public in a dramatic he said, she said credibility battle in the Judiciary Committee hearing room next Monday.
I'm just glad we're having the hearing, and she deserves to be heard, and she will.
The showdown set after Ford came forward and said she would be willing to testify under oath that she's telling the truth in her allegation to the Washington Post that a teenage Brett Kavanaugh assaulted her at a high school party 3 decades ago, pinning her to a bed, groping her, and trying to remove her clothes.
Does she consider this an attempted rape?
She does. She clearly considers this an attempted rape.
Kavanaugh has denied the allegation, and the White House saying Kavanaugh, quote, looks forward to a hearing where he can clear his name of this false allegation. So far, President Trump is standing by his man.
Judge Kavanaugh is one of the finest people that I've ever known.
But those assurances weren't enough for Republicans on Capitol Hill who want to hear his defense and let her tell her story in public, with all eyes on the women Republican senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins.
Do you believe Dr. Ford?
I don't know enough about Dr. Ford and her allegations yet to reach that kind of judgment. Obviously, if Judge Kavanaugh has lied about what happened, that would be disqualifying.
Supporters of Dr. Ford's already banding together. Schoolmates from the all-girls high school she attended writing a letter of support. The actress Julie Louis-Dreyfus among them. While Kavanaugh spent yesterday at the White House calling senators to defend himself, telling Orrin Hatch he wasn't even at the party.
I think this woman, or whoever she is mixed up.
Officials say Kavanaugh's classmate Mark Judge calls the allegation, quote, nuts. Don't panic on October 3rd when you suddenly receive a text from the government. The test of the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System was previously scheduled for this Thursday, but it was delayed because of the impact of Hurricane Florence. At exactly 1:18 p.m. our time on October 3rd, every cell phone with a wireless carrier that participates in the Emergency Alert Program will get this test message. It's the first test to determine the readiness of the president to send alerts in the event of a national emergency. The message will say, quote, presidential alert, followed by, this is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action is needed. No one can opt out of this alert. Fargo Parks are bringing their fall festival to Rowe Farm this year with new projects and even more activities for the family to take part in. Guests will find fun in the hay bale maze, decorating pumpkins, carriage rides, and of course, grabbing a pumpkin from that pumpkin patch before heading home. You won't want to miss the newest activity this year called the Unity Project. Festival goers will grab a string and weave through the poles that relate with most what they like, such as I love fall or I'm more of a dog person.
It really kind of weaves a tapestry about our community and how we're stronger together and our differences make us a better community.
This is the last weekend for the Fall Festival. It will be on both Saturday and Sunday.